good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help you, the real estate agent or the real estate investor, become the happiest version of yourself so you can become the best version of yourself for the people you love and care about most. We're all about personal development, mindset growth, skill building here at the Talk to Tanner Morning Show. And as you can see, kind of on my banner, and for our friends joining us over here at Instagram as well, they were talking about death. Today, we're talking about death and how it can be a very healthy thing to do this and come to terms with it. Very unfortunately, my mom takes care of my grandpa. He's a lot older. He's about 90 now. So had a mishap, had to go to the hospital and stuff yesterday, but he's doing better now. And it just had me thinking a lot. And the yeah, it's just wild how natural this is, part of life. We have, you know, birth and also death, how they're just such natural parts of the cycle of the life cycle. And I wanted to bring this up today, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit just for a reminder and just for a quick touch up. Humans, what's something that we talk about a lot on this show is that we usually don't need new information. We usually just need reminders to kind of help cement a lot of our current experiences, our thoughts, the education we've had so far. And death is definitely one of those, to where we understand to a general concept of that we're kind of giving up to the unknown. So to lighten it up a little bit, I know I got a black shirt and the blackboard on me, and it kind of can seem like it's a little more doom and gloom, but it really doesn't have to be. And if really anything, this can be, if we just are thinking of purely of a few of the benefits of death, it'd be motivation. We gotta we gotta speed this up, son. We got stuff to do. So let's go. I think it'd be a little more helpful and appealing to the eyes for us over here on the stream and Instagram. We're over here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you can't see our screen, and if not, I'll just be yelling out to you what we're going over here. But I'm going to be sharing a few articles that I liked, and hopefully they can be a little helpful with some more tips and tricks. We're going to go over some benefits and just a few other ways to think about life. So let's go ahead. First, number one in this article, they just talk about enjoying your life. Enjoying your life while you are alive. Great idea. Talking about finding more time, spending quality time with family, spending quality time with friends can be a great way to enjoy your life more. So I know that we're really big on working right now, and particularly in my realm of life right now, I'm working a lot more to try and set up a better future and stuff like that. And it's just easier to forget why you're doing what you're doing and just stop and enjoy and see what's so satisfying about having good relationships and staying happy and stuff. Exactly. Next point, we talk about realizing and accepting that death is natural. It is totally natural. It's one of those things, like the child being born, we have no choice but to yield ourselves to the unknown. Pretty deep. Like the child being born, we have no choice but to yield ourselves to the unknown. It's pretty wild. But yeah, totally true. Natural process. And next one, read the available literature and self-help guides about that. Well, I don't know if you're a religious person. I'm not religious, but I do really enjoy religious, like, literature and a lot of the philosophies behind it and how people think about certain things. So I don't know about your guys' personal mindsets or beliefs, but reading about that kind of stuff always gives me a sense of peace, and it's always kind of something interesting to learn more about, whether it's religious philosophers, mystics, or again, just adapting rituals and spirituality. This one's rituals and spirituality. One of the great things is, say, if you're not religious, it doesn't have to be some type of very, very religious practices, or just having rituals in general are just a great way to, like, you're just giving more purpose and meaning to your life when you are more spiritual, when you do have certain rituals in place. And this can be anything, right? Anything that you really can give importance and do on a consistent basis that's going to make you happy, such as we talked about yesterday, doing things that suck, and that I'm continuing to do the cold showers to start the in the mornings, and it makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel really, really good. Do they suck? Totally. Yep, they're terrible. But in a lot of sense, it kind of gives me purpose because I know it makes me feel really good. And I know a lot of people out there feel not good. So if they do those small little things, or they're part of the rituals, like this thing's even talking about just lighting a candle every morning can be good for you for emotional and physical well-being, just because having some type of consistent practice. But whether it's something as small as lighting up a candle in the morning and having a cup of coffee and just like taking a minute to breathe, or it's something, a little more extreme, like trying to flush out inflammation in your body and pump up adrenaline like a cold shower, but either or. Next one is just living well. Living well. So we all age, and we all get old, and we all die. That's common knowledge to us now, right? But living well and understanding that the decisions that we make today will have a great impact on our quality of life tomorrow. Now, where do you draw the line? It's the Buddha is, I usually refer back to him. Buddha's usually right, and something in the middle is usually the best. I'm not saying you can't ever eat anything unhealthy ever again, or consume anything unhealthy, just to ensure that you get old and you're a little more comfortable. You're going to age no matter what, whether, there's just not that life has really any surprises, just consistent reactions to actions, such as if you eat unhealthy, you're probably going to move slower and you're going to be in a lot more pain when you're older. That is correct. That is factually correct with people. Additionally, if you over exercise, I'm telling you, your joints when you're older, they're going to be dog shit. So I'm a big proponent of people working out, but just understand that, you have this frame and these shoulders and these knees and stuff, hopefully for the long haul. So definitely be careful. You can overdo it as much as you can underdo it. And it's actually, there's a lot more studies backing that people who just do a lot of walking and a lot of like more generic type movements actually usually healthier in their older years. They're just not beat up. But if you don't exercise at all and you have unhealthy habits, that can put you in an early grave, whether it's your organs, everything up to your brain, and Alzheimer's from poor nutrition. What I'm saying is you got to live well, and there's just give and take, and just asking yourself how you really want to paint your life, and how do you would you like to feel a certain way? Is it worth it to sacrifice maybe eating something tasty today so you can go on those walks, you can go to baseball games with your grandson, with your grandkid, or kind of participate in stuff like that? You can still live a great life and not eat horrible foods and drink alcohol and all that kind of stuff that today. But understand it's a give and take. I wanted to pop over to this other article, just a few things, a few motivating things before we head out for today about death. And I wanted to bring up, death should be motivating to us. We only have so much time here on this planet, and it should motivate us to like things that we could accomplish, people we would love to connect to, things we would like to say to people. Um, my my girlfriend said something to me yesterday about my grandfather. She was like, "Have you said everything that you would like to, or have you asked him everything that you would like to?" I was like, "Oh, I wasn't really sure." And then I thought about it a little bit. I think so. I live pretty close to the man now, so I'd have no excuse not to if I come up with something to say it and think about it, get it out. But and either way, but the point is death should motivate us to take the proper actions on what it is we do really want to do. Next, thinking about death reminds us not to sweat the small stuff. This is a great one. There's just these tiny little people will their food at McDonald's or something, it'll be like 5 extra minutes, or people at a restaurant, or say if you're in traffic and you're sitting behind literally two cars in a small town and you're blaring the horn, you're like, "What the fuck, man? This is bull," and you're just kind of upsetting yourself about things that absolutely have no real impact on who you are, and just having a healthier perspective can just make life better, flat out. So death can hopefully remind us that don't sweat the small stuff today. If someone says something to you that's kind of rude, whatever, we're each going to think about this for another 3 seconds and then move on to the 100 other million things that we have to do in our lives. Don't sweat the small stuff. Helps us appreciate the present moment and be mindful. So a lot in the coaching that we do over here, I make people live in the present moment more often, because that's usually where we find a lot of truth to things, where we find what our real interests, our real strengths and stuff, our real feelings, all that stuff. The truth comes from the present moment, and peace comes from the present moment. You cannot suffer in the present moment. It's a pretty wild thing. And man, the future just has us anxious, and the past just has us feeling regret and all this and that. So making sure that we're living in the present moment as much as possible, and we're being very mindful about the foods that we're eating, the people that we're connecting with, all of the great things that we get to do on a day-to-day basis. Just remember to appreciate those and accept the presence for what it is. Having acceptance and surrendering to the presence can be very peaceful, and it can be very uplifting, and it really reminds us that life's just really not that serious, and it is what we make it. So try and have as much fun with it as you can. Last one I wanted to talk about: thinking about death allows us to remember what's really important to us and live intentionally. Kind of a mix of don't sweating the small stuff and having some motivation. But man, is there a bucket list that you want to create? What is it that we want to get done in this lifetime? Is there certain things that we keep pushing off? What is it that we keep pushing off? We're only getting older. Said happy Halloween yesterday, October 31st. That's gone. Halloween for 2022 is gone. Now it's November 1st, 2022. We're rolling towards the end of the year. Is there anything at the end of the year that you really wanted to get done? Is there anything at the end of the year that you want to go over? You need some help with, you need some support with, anything that you need to break down? You have a life and business coach here with me. And if you click the link below, you can set up a free call with me to kind of investigate to see if that having a coach would be something beneficial for you. And then additionally, if you know somebody who could benefit from this content, who could benefit from going over these, whether it's articles, these points, these exercises, these tips, please comment and share this to other real estate agents, real estate investors. I help real estate agents and investors become happy today so we can focus on our number one goal tomorrow. Here to help, here to give, and I'm so glad and so thankful that I have the opportunity to be alive, to learn all this crazy stuff and be able to give it back and share with you guys. But that is all I have for today. Is I just wanted us to think about death a little bit, build a healthier relationship with it. And damn it, we don't have enough time to be screwing around all the time. It feels good to accomplish stuff. It really does. And we you know this deep down that if I can just get this done, this done, this done, and just live and enjoy on the journey to those accomplishments, that's what a fulfilling and rich life can really be and feel like. So, cheers, friends. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will be back here with another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show. Tomorrow, we will, yeah, November 2nd, 7 a.m. live Central Standard Time. We'll be live to you over here at our friends on Instagram or over here on multiple channels here at Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Thanks again, guys. Comment, subscribe if you haven't. Share this content with a real estate agent or a real estate investor that you know that could benefit from having a life and business coach. It means the world to me. Thanks so much. We're not stopping till episode 1000. So we got a lot to go over. Cheers, friends. I'm hopping off for today. Think about what it is you want to do today. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth the time. All right. Heading out, friends. Cheers. See you all tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.